Good morning, welcome to Dog on the Plot. I'm on the plot. I don't have a dog, she's at my mum's, and that's because it's the last push. It's the final push really for the move from the old plot to the new plot. So can't be worrying about Dory getting into mischief. I need to concentrate today. There's quite a few things still on the list. I came down here this morning expecting to have to move tons of greenhouse glass down to the new plot, and Mark had done it. He'd come down on his day off yesterday and bless him, he'd done the whole lot. He'll hopefully be down here later, and hopefully Doria will be about later as well if you watch for the dog. But in the meantime, there are other jobs to get on with. The fruit trees need moving. That's a big one. I want to take some cuttings of the Taunton Deane kale and of the comfrey, because there's no comfrey on the new plot. The other big thing is to start dismantling the beds and harvesting the food that is at the front of the plot, because we've ran out of time now. We're going to be handing over the keys in a couple of weeks. Well, we're not handing over any keys because of course we're not actually leaving the site, but handing over the plot in some kind of symbolic kind of way. So yeah, the wood and stuff needs moving from the front of the plot. And I think as I go round, I'm inevitably going to see other things. Oh, of course, and there's the whole shed. Not the shed itself, that's staying, but everything inside the shed still needs moving down to the new plot. Let's get on with it. Let's do it. Fruit trees first. Wow, that was good fun, wasn't it? Okay, well, 3 trees out, 2 apple and a pear. The first one was the hardest to get out, although that was the last to go in. The others had been in for the 2 years, and that had only been in for a year. But yeah, the roots came out. Will they be okay? I don't know. I'm not going to put them directly in the ground anyway, because it's pretty weedy. And I don't want to be bringing any bindweed. So yeah, I need to find some pots for those. I've just dug up what was also in that bed, which was 2 currant bushes, a black currant and a red currant, which I hadn't really planned on doing because they have not performed well at all. But you could probably tell as I was slipping and sliding about that clay. I mean, it's not going to make fruit bushes thrive, is it? So I thought, no, let's take them out, wash the roots off, and I have done that, and take them down, and maybe in the soil at the other end of the plot, they might actually fruit. I need some sustenance, and although I could have a banana, I've got these chocolate heart things from Lidl, and they're like vegan Jaffa cakes, and oh, they're so good. They only have them at Christmas, and yeah, I'm dropping it. The other thing I've dug up is some comfrey. So rather than take cuttings, actually I could just lift it out of the ground. So I've done that, washed the roots off that. That's in the wheelbarrow as well to take down. Oh, and I saw the glass that Mark had took down. He has stacked it so neatly in the greenhouse as well. Oh, you have to buy him a beer, give him a Jaffa Cake heart. So I think before I head back down with this wheelbarrow, I'll take the cuttings of the Taunton Deane kale. So we'll go have a look at that and I'll show you how I do it. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm out in the open like this, it's because Marcus also took the structure down, the little shelter thing. So that was a surprise when I came down to the plot this morning. Yeah, we're really getting there now. You know, one of the big things that we have to still take down though is my double Belfast sink. That is so heavy. But there is a plot holder who's got a set of wheels, moving wheels. So I think we can probably, got Jaffa Cake in my throat now, probably borrow them off him and take it down on that. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea, but I'll wait for Mark for that. Okay, kale. I was just setting up the shop, but now here's Mark. Let's embarrass him a little bit. There he goes. There goes our hero. Watch him as he goes. Yeah. Got a Jaffa Cake heart for you.
Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah.
Plenty there.
This weather's good.
It's amazing weather. Yeah, really good. Now, if you remember, I took some Taunton Deane kale cuttings earlier in the year and sent some to Ali and Trish at the Right Pair plot, and they've done superbly, even sent in the post. And already I can see a couple of pieces here that will be perfect, such as this one. Oh, we'll take it as close to the stem as we can. There we go. You see that? And they will root when you put it into soil. Take all of that off. You only need really that very tip of the green. So that's one. I'm going to do a few just in case some don't take, although the ones that I did before, all of them took. And I mean, Taunton Deane kale propagates so well, really does. And my original ones were from Propagating as well. They were sent by Pippa Chapman, who's a permaculture gardener and garden designer, and she had an eBay store for a while and was selling them on there. It might not seem like the best time of year to take cuttings, but I did them in winter before and they were absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm pretty confident this is going to work. Right, I've got about 20 cuttings there of different thicknesses as well. So pop those in the wheelbarrow, take them down to the new plot, and yeah, find somewhere to put them up. So I had a little brainwave on the wheelbarrow down. What I thought I would do is plant the Taunton Deane kale 3 different ways. So we experimented before with whether to take smaller cuttings or these long cuttings, and the long cuttings worked better. So now let's try propagating them in different kinds of conditions. So I thought the first one I would do in a tub in compost that could go into the greenhouse. And then I'll do a few in here, so they're in the polytunnel but directly in the ground. And then I'll put 1 or 2 out on the plot as well and see how they do in the elements over winter. Sound like a good idea? So I'll put a few in here. I'm just going to push them in. I've also got different thicknesses, haven't I? So let's do some thick ones and thin ones in here. Okay. So 5 in there. I might do another tub actually. Okay, so that's to go in the greenhouse, and then let's find a spot in here. I'll go down the end here so they're kind of out of the way. Oh, a bit harder to push those in. Oh, there we go. Let's do some thick ones then if it's going to be tricky. Okay, one more. Right, couple outside. I think I might pop one here because this is an annual brassica, but this is a perennial one. So maybe I'd have 2 perennial brassicas next to each other if it takes. So I'll pop it there. And yeah, when this one is over, this one can take over. In fact, I might put them all here and then I can always, if they all take, I can always move them. And they might have a bit of shelter actually from this annual one as well, mightn't they? Good. First things in the greenhouse. Well, that's annoying. That's what happens when you start getting tired and not being careful. There's an expense that I wasn't planning on. Oh well, give Liam something to do over the weekend. Right, I think that's probably called for break. Have some lunch and then, yeah, round 2. Right, fed, been to Mum's, checked on the dog. Mum said, yep, typical of me, very clumsy. Said it was a really good job that Mark took all that glass down yesterday because imagine how many panes I would have broken, which is a fair point. Haven't heard from Liam yet. Looking forward to getting told off by him. Anyway, I've eaten. I'm now getting cold, so I need to get working again. And yeah, I think I'm going to shovel some of that compost into the wheelbarrow, ready for the fruit trees. And I'm going to pull out some of the stuff that's still in these beds so that Mark can go over them with the rotavator if he's got time when he's finished his. Well, I say when he's finished his. It's done, isn't it, Mark? Nearly done, nearly done. How quick with a rotavator, hey? So yes, so clear a few bits so he can do that on my plot as well. And yeah, other than the sheds, gosh, we're nearly there. Right, let's get warm. Now I've just gone and lost my microphone. So I've been falling off my jumper while I was shoveling the compost. This is turning into an expensive day at the plot, I have to say. Right, I'm going to go look for it. I'm going to go look. there we go. Thank you for small miracles. Would you believe that I could find that? Both bits as well, the magnet on the back as well. This microphone, I only bought this on Black Friday. But I did feel like these little magnet microphones, this is the Hollyland, yeah, it doesn't feel secure. It doesn't feel like when my clip-on one, you feel it's more secure. I think they did come with a clip actually, so I might switch to that. Feels better when it's on the hat, but yeah. Oh, anyway, that was a bit of a scare. Right. You know, when you're thinking things come in threes, what's the next thing that I'm going to do? It's going to be daft. Right, got what, hour left of light. Let's keep going, keep going. So I think the next job is to harvest what I can of what's here. Yeah, I think I was planning on kind of leaving it as long as I could, but yeah, let's just get it cleared and then Mark can rotivate it. So we have, what do we have? We have beetroot. not huge beetroot and slightly eaten beetroot, but yeah. I mean, they're not going to do that much now anyway, are they? So might as well just take what there is. There's a white one there. There we go. Okay, that's something. The other thing is these leeks. There we go. They're not the best looking leeks in the world. Oh, come on. There we go. But there's some food there. Those are a bit small. Some more here. Oh, that's not bad actually. A little one. That's it. Right, I think the only other thing really on here is spinach. So I'll kind of take some of that, but I have already moved some of this to the polytunnel. So there's some in there as well. But yeah, we'll take some for dinner. What else have we got? There's some, oh, actually, not too bad beetroot in there, like tiny, but what in my eye? Ooh. Oh, been eaten. Been eaten. Right, Mark, I think that's it. You can get from behind the camera and do some rotavating. Honestly, how many times have I slipped today? Oh, I've not put the microphone on now. Hopefully you can hear me. Thank you, Mark, for interrupting the video. But look what he's done. Rotavated. Now, just to be clear, it is not our choice to be rotavating these plots, and we don't think that that's what you should be doing. To either pass on a plot really, or just at this time of year. However, this is what we've been asked to do, so that is what we are doing. I don't think I'm going to be able to rotivate much more than has already been done because some of the beds have crops in the ground, but also so much of the plot is just waterlogged, and we just spent 10 minutes picking mud out of the rotavator spikes because it just clogged it right up. But yeah, anyway, I've got a nice little harvest to take home, and we've done so much, and there's only a little bit left to do tomorrow now, really, which is clear the rest of the shed. I did some. I put the fruit trees in the buckets as well with the compost that I took down, so they're done. So yeah, it's just a few more bits, a few more trips up and down with shed bits and anything else that's kind of lying around, and the Belfast sink. So we need some wheels to move the Belfast sink. But it's got cold, it's getting dark, it's time to call it quits for today, so I shall see you in the morning. Good morning. We are back on the plot. I've got a dog with me this time, not for long. We're going to go for a walk in a bit with her cousin Lottie, and then she's going back to Grandma's while I finish off here. And it's early, there's nobody about, and it really just occurred to me, because I'm down here early and it's all quiet and there's no one around, it reminded me of the very first day I was on the plot. And then it occurred to me that that was exactly 2 years ago. 2 years ago tomorrow was the first day on the plot, which is crazy. It's crazy, especially because I think it'll be tomorrow morning that I text the steward and tell her that my plot is done and I've given it up. Exactly 2 years. This feels very fitting. And gosh, 2 years of allotmenting under my belt now. You know, on the Grow Up channel, Danny's live last week, Danny said something that really resonated with me, actually. It was just a sort of throwaway comment, and he sort of said, well, it's not a hobby, it's a way of life, when he was talking about allotments. And my ears really pricked up, and I've been thinking about it. I was thinking about it a lot yesterday as I was doing all this work. And yeah, I mean, it's so true. It becomes such a large part of your life, but also a large part of your personality, you know, your identity. I don't know. It's a slightly bizarre thing, I think, the allotment. Anyway, enough ruminating. There's still work to be done, but it is the last few bits. So yeah, join me as I pack up this plot to hand it over and say goodbye. Nearly slipped over holding that. my God.
There, that's a spider.
Go on, little spider.
Oh God, that ain't little. That is
It's huge. Go down the back of the shed. Oh, I feel all. Let it go. Oh, there. Right. It's done. It's done. Everything is at the new plot. I've emptied the shed, took all the chairs down. I can't even sit here. This will be the last time that I stand here talking to you. It's been good, hasn't it? Hasn't it? I know I complain about this plot an awful lot, but it's given me loads, hasn't it? And yeah, a lot of fond memories. It'll be interesting to see what the next person does with it. Yeah, time to move on though, isn't it? I'm looking forward to doing lots of planning over Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, my next episode falls on Christmas Day, I guess, but I shall certainly release something around Christmas. But in the meantime, I mentioned Danny earlier, I'm on the Grow Up channel at 7 p.m. on Thursday for the Christmas special. So I hope you can come and join us there. Right, I shall say goodbye. Goodbye to plot 33. Goodbye to you. Have a lovely Christmas. Take care.